Majesty, royalty, incomparable one, matchless one, peerless one, mighty God, yeah, distinct in your way, sharp with the word, with your mouth, mighty one, yeah, your victory at war. You are titled to win. You're the way through the sea. You are promised, yes. You are refuge and shield. The name with the fire. And our hedge of protection. You're our hiding place. You're the master of kings. The lion of lions. You're the ancient God. Everlasting. You are. You We call upon you, and we know that you say you are Jesus, Lord. You're Jesus. We're calling on that name right now. Something has to know our hope. There's something here that has to know who's on our side. There's something here that has to know who our banner is. There's something here that has to know who our trust is. There's something here that has. Phuma kamnandi phake uhleke sithi hey, he is our Jesus. He is the King of Kings. He is the Lord of Lords. He is our God, our Master, our great God. He is amazing. Every opportunity that we get, we have to praise Him. We have to worship Him and give Him all the praise and worship. Yeah. You are still tuning into KNR. This is Word View with myself and Mzu. Umzu ke phake ukhona and iske sikhona ke bathathu namhlanje we do welcome you usisi phake Cebile. Thank you so much for joining us to the show. This is Word View. We welcome you. Thank you for joining. Funeka sibe nezazandla Mzu zithi ziqhwabayo.
Hey,
Eba
ziyadingeka,
enazo.
ziyadingeka nakanjani.
Welcome, welcome. Please do introduce yourself, Sister Cebile, and let us know into bamba usukapi uphi wena.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you so
having me. Mzu and Khiwa. Igama Cebile Magongo. Ngiphuma eMpumalanga in the beautiful city of Nelspruit. Um, uh, I am
much.
saved. I love the Lord, and I'm so
Yes.
happy to be with you guys and be part of the show today to share what has been laid in my heart.
Uthini uthi uphethe ngezimali ngemula wena sana. Uyayibona yonke into i-recession ntoni akho lapho. Sithetha ngezemali namhlanje. We have to be
Namuhla,
educated. Yes, we have to be educated about money, and more especially ke thina as the children of the kingdom, as always kufuneka siyazi uba ithini le nto aba bathini. So namhlanje as you are tuning in, sizabe sithetha more about finance. Please do let us know if you are tuning in on Facebook. Usendele phaa ke comment yakho utsho wena into yobana uba yeyiphi question onayo mhlawumbi for usisi Cebile phaa ke. If you want to ask anything pertaining to the topic that we have for today, do send us a comment paa. We are live on Facebook and also on YouTube. Live. And yes, sikhona, and also on our website when you go to www.kidngesiradio.com ke sikhona. Sisicebile make sitsho masitshaye isaqhuma. Uyayiva? Singabi sayinika break. Masingene kuyo. Firstly, I want to know into yobana you personally, how were you growing up compared to now?
okay, so I grew up in a very large family. I grew up in my mom's home, so her sisters, um, brothers, children, and everyone. We grew up as one big family. So sharing has always been something that's just part of the environment. I would say I grew up a very bubbly, outspoken, I just love to play type of child. And I think nothing has really changed as much. I'm still that type. I'm still that type of person. I'm still very much the bubbly. Some people call me life of the party sort of personality. So I think, yeah, that has truly, I think the environment shaped sort of who I am, because I did grow up with a lot of people around me. And yeah, that's me growing up and me now. Obviously wiser, obviously ingqondo seyikhulile compared to what it was when I was young. But I would say, yeah, I just grew up in a very environment with a lot of people around me, and I've just learned to just be a sharer, to be that type of person who knows that this is for everyone to use. And that has truly been, even in my adult life, a principle that I still go by.
Hayi ke ndiyakuva. Mzu,
Mna
ingabe uyamva wena?
no 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 ube careful ke sisi ukuthi lo muntu lona
I
uyakhuluma so
know. I just sensed. I
eh
just.
ube
I
careful uthithithe khona nalawe sisi.
Joga, I will stick to English. This Khua, I will stick to English. Nazima, I'll just stick to English. Anyways,
Oh,
so
but carrying on, in light of your background and in light of your surroundings and growing up, what then did you aspire to become growing up? What occupation or career did you aspire towards growing up?
Mzu, to be honest, I didn't really have a career that I wanted to go into.
Mhm.
My mom was a nurse growing up. Well, she still is, just in a different sector. But I think what I saw a lot was people coming where I lived for help. So I know that people used to come to even if it's just a matter of my grandmother helping them with giving birth, my grandmother helping them with aches they have in their body, my mom helping them with this and this and this. So I just knew that there's so much joy in life from being able to help, being able to lend to lend a helping hand to the next person. I used to love dancing, so I did think at one point I'll sort
I
of be a
win.
dancer. I'll sort of be a dancer somewhere, but I truly just wanted to be in an environment where I'm able to lend what I have, help the next person, whether through educating with the information that I have, through sharing what I have, through, I just knew that I really did find joy in knowing that I'm in a privileged position where I am and I can always share and give what I have.
Mm.
Um, I did find myself where I am today in a financial institution. I can say it found me. I honestly was back from varsity, and I decided, you know what, it's time for me to go into the job market. And it's literally the first sector that I went into just after that. And what I've learned and how I help people on a daily basis, I can say it truly still speaks to the passion that I have. It truly is it truly is me saying this is the knowledge that I have, this is the information that I have gathered, that I have acquired, and it really does give me joy to help someone move from a bad situation into a good situation, or help someone take a very big decision with their lives, and ensuring that that decision is actually protected, even not just a matter of yes or no, we're thinking even long term. So I think I've always wanted to help, and I think the Lord has just decided this is where I'm going to put you, and this is how I'm going to use you. Whatever knowledge that you're getting, you definitely need to use it to continue advancing my kingdom.
Mm.
And
Wow.
since you're still there, maybe a viewer just came in and they're like, so what exactly does she do? So, in a few words, what exactly are you doing? Maybe your own enterprises or your own corporates, transnational companies. Just please tell us and the viewers what exactly is that you do.
Oh, okay. So I'm a private bank advisor. I work for one of the big four banks in South Africa. We're not allowed to say, but yeah, we
No,
go on.
unless they're going to advertise and
Yeah,
buy a slot on WordView. Unfortunately, you can advise them to
they
do
need
that.
to. They need to. I
Yes, they
will.
must buy
I
a
will.
slot. Yeah.
I will. So yeah, I'm a
Okay.
private advisor in one of the big four banks in South Africa. I've been working there for about since 2017. Up until now, but I've been in the finance sector for quite a while. I've moved around in different roles within the banking sector, so I can say um, the role that I'm in can sort of sum up what I basically do. I am a private bank advisor that mainly entails in uh, advising or giving information, sharing information to clients, obviously for a different caliber, but it's really information that pertains to anyone and everyone who's willing to learn and put those principles into practice.
Mm, mm. Oh wow. So what actually made you or draw you to this a particular career? You know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like I said, I think I was privileged enough to get in specifically into private advising. For me, it was a matter of I'll get to learn and get to extract from the creme de la creme of the of the people who are in charge of the economies, so we can
Hey,
so we can be able to actually give that knowledge even to the person who's just walking on the street. So I would say, Kiwa, getting into banking was a matter of I'm just there, but I think obviously as you're learning, as you're moving, you get to understand that, oh my word, there's actually so much more. There's principles that we read about. I mean, if we just take the parable of the if we just take the parable of the where they were given
So
different gifts,
parable of the soul. Yes.
Yes, and they were told to go and do something, and they will come back and then account for what they have done. If you just
Mm,
take this a simple rule or a simple principle is that as whatever you have been given, as small as it is, as big as it is, go in and multiply it. You know, we see those things happening for people who are not even believers, for people who are not even thinking into themselves, I'm sowing, you know, but they, because they exercise those type of principles. So I'd say for me, what attracted the profession to me was actually seeing the principles that we are taught, we are preached about, being
mm,
at work and actually seeing them manifested in real life. That just shows you that, you know what, whatever you are reading in your Bible, whatever principles that you actually do put into practice, it's not just it's not just a story, it's not just, you know, it's not just there to fill a page or anything of the sort, but there's true power in the principles of that God has placed in the Bible for us to put into practice, especially when it comes to money.
And then they have window man. Okay, I'm so glad actually you mentioned that.
Jonah, the way we are so excited about money, etc., etc. Hey, Gosiam, yeah.
Actually, I was about to speak, in Xhosa, and then I remembered. Oh, I
You
have to
can.
translate. I
Don't
had to
worry, Khiwa, you
translate.
can. I've been in
Okay.
the Eastern Cape for my undergrad degree, so I'm very well versed. Don't worry.
Oh, yabona wena Mzu, ufuna undilahlekisa actually. Okay, thank you so much. I'm glad that you actually mentioned that the importance of money to us as Christians, and I think that we're going to be talking more about it, the importance of investing, the importance of saving, as saving, and also the importance of understanding money, and also what are the principle that one needs to understand when it comes to finance, when it comes to money. So we're going to be talking more about that. Please do drop us your comment on Facebook and let us know into bani wena ingaba imali zakho zime njani. Pha ikhona ke Mzu ilantuka pha ke imeme pha ke kuFacebook ke ndiyibone ethi umuntu mhlambe uthi pha into bani financially, uthi financial ndiseBaragwana Hospital, anoma ku-ward bani bani. Bayangicenga actually bathi ingasutye okwebhanana. Uyayiqonda? So omnye ke uthi financial ndisendleleni ethile, kuthiwa mandikhwele, uthi uyesu masidibane eGalili, andinayo nale yokhwela. So basically today sifuna ufundisa wena ke about izimali zakho namhlanje, on how to take care of your finances, the importance of saving, the importance of investing your money, and understanding your money as a Christian. Uphinde wabuya phaa kuCebile Lihle. It's fine. We're just going to be taking a break. Before that, besiye kuCebile Lihle, I did play you a song by Uhlepha ke. It's a double play actually, Mzu. Cha ke kuba ngenxa yexesha I just had to break it down. So the first song that I played you from Uhlepha besithi sithi you are. So I'm just going to play you the second song from Uhlepha esithi sithi you esithi ungofanelwe. Yes, ungofanelwe. There's a second song that we're taking from Uhlepha. We're just going to be playing our double play ke every Sunday, taking two songs from one artist and playing you those beautiful, beautiful songs. I did enjoy the first one, Mnamzu. I am going to play the second one. Enjoy. Oh, finally, sitale volate siguabo wewetu. Oh, finally, you're the worthy one. You alone, you're the worthy alone. Father, you're the worthy one. You're the worthy one. You're the worthy one. You're the worthy one. You alone. You alone. You are the worthy one. There's no one higher. There's no one else that is higher than you, Lord. And we give you all the honor, and we give you all the praise, Lord. We stand here in your presence and proclaim that you are the 24 hours
akekho asimbonanga ofana naye, akekho ongaphezu kwakhe, yena yedwa ungofanelwe kuhleka. Ingoma yakhe yesibini apha ke sindlalela yona. Do let us know which one do you choose from the two songs that we played from her. We played you the first one, City, you are, and the second one, City Ungofanelwe. Do let us know on Facebook into yoba wena ufuna eyiphi na ingoma sikudlalele yona xa sesiphinde sivule show next week. This is KNR, it's a radio according to you. Sisathetha ke ngezi emali basendlini. Firstly, we were still besathetha ke no besithetha pha ke no
Cebile.
Cebile, yes, I'm just reading the message. Pha ke esithetha noCebile pha about imzimali into yobana uba esasixelela more into yobana uba why she chose the role to take the role of being a financial, advisor, financial coach. Esixelela more about her passion for finance, her passion for izimali. So right now we need to understand, to go a little bit deeper with her. Cebile, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Hayi ke, uyabona ke watsho nge-smile wathi I can hear you now. Ndirayithi
Hey,
ke ngoku.
angathi ingoma that I can hear you now.
Atsho ke phaa ucebile sithi no ukhona. So into esizawuyenza ngoku right now, I just want to understand, Cebile, ubanibana, why, what are some important things as Christians that we need to know about finance? The points that you say, the fundamentals of finance. These are the things that, as a Christian, even if you are listening to us, you're not yet born again, you're not yet a Christian. What are the things that one needs to know when it comes to finance? The basics.
Okay. I would say two things. Maybe let's start with let's say that money is a resource. The main importance of money, especially for a believer, is that it's a resource for a multitude of things in our lives. I would say, firstly, when we tithe and we give our money to the church, it's a resource for advancing, the kingdom of God. When we help communities around us with the same money, it's a chance for us, to live out one of the great commandments that says, love the Lord your God with all your soul, your heart, and mind, and love your neighbor as yourself. So it's a resource that works to for you to it's a resource that you can use for you to be in accordance with the great one of our greatest commandments. I would say thirdly that money is for a believer, it's a way in which we can praise, it's a way in which we can worship, it's a way in which we can give back to our Lord. So uh, I would say, yeah, money is a resource. So it just in those different things, that it's a resource that can be used by a believer to enhance, to give, so that the kingdom of God continues. I would say that secondly, that the one of the second principles about money is, it not that it wants to go, but its nature is in multiplication. It's a resource that you mustn't
Yeah, hold it. You must just
don't be
open your hand.
Yes, don't be too. I guess it still goes back to money being a resource. So even I know you said we'll go into saving and investing, but even just the principle of saving, you have to let go of it for it to come back again, and that's still a biblical principle. We are told
Mm,
to sow, we are told to give, and it shall be given as a measure, shape, pressed down, shaken together. It's a matter of money. Money is there to be used. We shouldn't be afraid
mm,
to give money. We shouldn't be afraid to use money. We shouldn't be afraid to when for me personally, I just think when God gave us money, He was just like, here's a tool for you guys to use. Here's a tool for you guys to um whatever visions, whatever objectives, whatever goals that you guys would want to achieve. Here's a tool that you can use. And for some people, they have it in abundance than other people do. But still, even if I have 1 rand and you have 100 rand, we are still in the same boat where it's still a resource for each and every single person. So I would say for a Christian or for a believer, money definitely is a resource, and if we think of it in the physical sense, where we just think of it as money, as it's mine, I have to keep it all to myself, that's where it sort of ends. You never get to experience this multitude that God said, I will give back unto you with the little that you have given. You rob yourself those experiences if you just want to keep it just around here. So I would say money definitely is a resource, and for the believer, we shouldn't operate on a mindset of lack. We should always understand that it truly is a resource that God uses, not just for me, but even for the next person, for the community, for the church, and obviously, hopefully, for the greater good of the world that we all live in.
All right. Mucho phake ucebile sithi money is a resource bethu nani, that we mustn't hold it. The Bible also does tell us that we should open our hands, be a blessing to the other person. It's actually a principle. It's a biblical principle where you give and then it shall be given unto you when you also give. So you need to, in order to multiply, you must open your hand and be able to give. I'm not sure of this sound that I'm hearing. I think mhlawumbi phaa kucebile. I don't know what's happening, but there's just a sound that I do not like. I'm not sure. Noba iza kweliphi na icala. Yeah. Yeah, that's better. Um Okay. Anyways, I just want to take this comment phake kunolusindiso. Unolusindiso phake esithi unolusindiso Madabane Sindilaxa. Uthi molweni e-studio Lady Khiwa nomzu nosisi Cebile. Yho akukubi. Jonga, I'm trying to put back the pieces. I was in fact searching for a financial advisor just yesterday. Kuyazika, but I'm hanging in there. The Lord is giving me a lifeline by this show. Yes. We are actually, the Lord is actually giving you a lifeline. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. We are hoping that the Lord is going to open new doors for you. We decree for Unolu Cindy. So for Parkers, we're saying, may the Lord increase you. May the Lord spread you. May the Lord give you more. May the Lord pour unto you and open more doors of opportunity. Kunolu Cindy. So matabane Park and doors of opportunity for you to be able to make money. Doors of opportunity for people to come and say, you know what, I see you. I see what you are doing. Let me just add imali ingaza ngendlela bethunana. So we are just decreeing blessing upon Nolusindiso. So Madabane pa, we're saying may the Lord bless you richly in the mighty name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Into banba ungasokoli man, maungabi kubi, masingavumi masilwe ilwa ntombo, masilwe nathi siyalwa. Vasile, now ngafana ke nonosindiso phake, and do send us your comment on Facebook. We are live Giving Us Radio. Do let us know into bamba wena uthini. Thina umenjani wena ngokwezimali? Umephi? Umekwesiphi stop?
Yeah,
Khakushere pha. Umekwesiphi stop wena? Uyaphi basically?
mhlawumbi ume estiers Oxford ujonge Hemingways okanye usezantsi eQueen uleqe eVincent Mall asiyazi.
So do let us know by send your comment. Usho wena bana uthini umba wemali kuwe umenjani? Cebile, let's just continue with the show. Mzu, you can take the next next question.
I think this is an important question, which may be about this thing that people sometimes are afraid to ask some of these questions. Maybe I know I'm gonna put you on the spot for this one, but we're living in a day where ladies they get more in terms of there's a whole push of AAPE, which is quite good to push for equality. Maybe since this is a predominantly, I'd say, a show listened by believers. My question is, and I think I'm also asking on behalf of other people. Let's say there's a lady, like Sister Kiwa, and then there's a brother, Besonto and Pat. Oh, Sister Kiwa.
Hi, Bo, one was no brother. Hi, Bo. What are you trying to say? Basically,
Let's say,
Zu besisemalini.
wow, Sister Malini.
Oh, okay, okay.
Mrs. Khiwa, let's say she's a hedge fund manager. She owns, let's say she earns double what the potential brother or she wants to marry or something, and the guy is, in terms of you being an advisor, what do you say or what have you seen in such instances where at the playing field where the lady is a super house, superpower, and the brother is just a brother of the Lord, a brother Uno. In
Yeah.
terms of that, from when since you have advice and then in your experience, what are some of the things can you say into that, or what have you seen? Just to make it as real as possible.
Okay. Um, why is Kiwa running away from this brother? Ngataga mfuni futhi.
I'm running away from examples, Kamzu. Umzu always love to put me on the spot. Like, if he wants to do an example, like he always has to use me. Why can't he use like somebody else? Like, 'cause I just don't understand. I didn't miss no brother. Like, Kamzu, please. I still didn't need to get married, so please.
Okay, so that's true. We're actually seeing that quite a lot. Women are getting opportunities where previously they were very very male dominated, and women are earning the big money. They're earning the primary salaries or the higher salaries in the household. And as an advisor, I think the main principle that we go back to in advising, they don't change. When I sit down with a couple and we draw up a budget, it's still a budget. It's just that instead of a brother now earning 50 and sister earning 20, it's now sister 50, brother 20, but it's still within the same, we're still talking the same playing field. I would say the most important thing in obviously in the finances, in a relationship pertaining to finances, is what are the roles that each person what are we expecting each other to play, the different roles that we're expecting each other to play. What are we expecting each other to contribute towards the running of the household? What are we expecting each other to do in the running of the household? What are we expecting each other to, basically in a budget, that's what you're talking about. This is the money that's coming in. What are we putting into what? And I'm of the understanding that once we are going into a marriage, we've already had those conversations. We've already had a conversation of, this is the money that I have, this is the money that you have, and this is how both of us are planning to use the money going into the relationship. So I'm not sure, Mzu, if but there's nothing
Yeah.
different, honestly. It's just a matter of when the couple when the couple sits in front of me, it's a matter of them being honest with themselves. This is how
Mm,
much Cebile is bringing in, this is how much Tabo is bringing in, and what are we planning to do with that money? How are we planning to save? How are we
mm,
planning to on holidays? What are we basically expecting from each other? And we work on that. Like I said, in
mm,
previously it just used to be X on the left and Y on the right, but now it's just the other way around. But we're still working on the same principles for each person. And
mm.
I think I don't wanna downplay it, but I don't think the amount is the main thing necessarily, but it's the two people coming together and wanting to achieve the one thing. That's where the communication is most important. So what do we want to do together as a couple? And I mean, we've become one. We're now married, we are now seen as one, and we just need to be the openness between these two people. I think that truly is the main difference to how it used to be previously, before women obviously had the same opportunities as what we do right now.
Hey,
Oh, wow.
no, I can hear what you are a career, you are a premarital counselor, financial counselor. I feel the anointing. So, Usister Khiwa,
Mzu will promote you. In the spirit, Mzu, I know. Mzu has a prophetic calling. Yeah.
so this means basically Usister Khiwa who earns 100,000 can still marry brother Augustine who earns 30,000 as long as there's communication and the lines are set. And just before we get towards the end, I think I would like to hear your sister, since you've got your experience and everything, why must we invest? Why must we invest as people, and why is it important that we have some sort of forecast when it comes to finances?
Okay, I'd like to break it down into two, what the importance of saving and investing. When we talk of saving, we mostly talk of short term, right? I know when COVID happened, it really made sense why most of the time it is advised that if you are employed or if you're a business person, it's always good to save up at least at a minimum. To save up, this is short term, so save up at a minimum at least three times your monthly, I can say, living expenses. If your expenses on a monthly basis in total are 20,000, it's always advisable for you to save that times three, just to have it somewhere where you can be able to access it, just on a saving on a short-term basis. Obviously, depending on which bank you are in, there's different vehicles that you can put that into. But the main reason for that principle is that COVID like made it bare that really anything can happen. It's sad how some people were obviously out of jobs, some people had to take pay cuts, some people had to um move, even move back home because obviously it wasn't working out where they were. And so that emergency savings comes in handy at that point, whether you need extra money to move back home, whether you need an extra month to save so that you can look for something different, whether you need, so that just emergency saving is very important. And it's also just to get into the habit of not wanting to get into credit for the smaller things. That if you can just teach yourself to always try to save for the smaller things, and then rather, maybe let's say when you're buying a house, when you're buying a car, then we can look into getting that type of credit. So just getting into the habit of saving. The main thing is just hedge yourself against anything that can happen, even beyond COVID. I mean, you can have a funeral that can just pop up. You can have anything can really happen. Maybe someone is saying, Cebile, look, honestly, I only have 200 Rand left at the end of the month, and I don't have enough to save. I would say even a 20 Rand honestly does a lot, because if you look into a year, by December, you can even get yourself a nice dress with that 20 Rand that you saved the whole year. So it's just the principle, or the discipline of knowing that, let me hedge myself with what I have just in case anything can happen. I mean, even for opportunities, if I know that there's an opportunity that has come by and I probably maybe need to put into that 5,000 Rand, I can have that type of money just for my emergency savings to go out and get into that. Or maybe someone is saying, I don't have anything left at all at the end of the month. I've tried to put a budget down. I've tried to see what I can cut. I've canceled this and this, but it's still not working out. Then obviously that's a much longer conversation that we need to have, and just see what is important, what is not important, and where can we take in order for us to be able to save. I think the principle of saving is, it's literally just a hedge of anything can happen. And the nice thing is, obviously, depending on what bank you're on, there's interest that's given on that money. So it's not only you putting in there, but there's also someone that's helping you to go into that. And then we can look into investing. Investing, I would say, is more 3 year, five, the longer term. And those are vehicles that we can use for money that we know are not for emergencies, but for bigger goals that we might have. Maybe as a, like Mzu was saying, Lady Khiwa, no brother, maybe they want to build in the future. They can start putting money into an investment vehicle. Even if they do get a bond when they're building, they have some leverage that they can actually use with the bank. They have money they can use towards a deposit. You're then able to even negotiate interest rates with those type of things. So I would say saving it touches our lives quite personally more than the salaries that we actually receive, because it honestly is not a matter of the how much that you're getting. Obviously it does help, I'm not gonna downplay it, but it's a matter of the disciplines that we put into practice that actually help us. So as someone who has saved, I have better leverage than the person who's coming in with nothing at all. I have a better standing point. So I would say we can use savings to our advantage also, and not just to say it's a hedge, but also just an advantage, even in getting credit with the different financial institutions.
Oh, wow. I've heard and I've learned a lot despite Zu's shade and and everything else. But for me, I've learned. But lastly, what are your words pertaining to money? Like your last words to someone who is listening right now. Um Yes, to someone who's listening right now, what are your words pertaining to money, pertaining to, understanding imali? Yeah, because at the same time, we grew up not being financially literate, so we were not actually. Maybe some of us were not taught, how to save money or how to relate with money. We understand. So people need to. It's more than just say, just save 50 rand, and then you spend it at the end of the year. So people need actually to be educated when it comes to money. So what are your last words pertaining to that?
I love the way you phrase that question, Kiwa, especially in terms of relating to money. It's I don't know. I want to say it's good practice for you to not be afraid, to be within the vicinity of money. Sometimes we're even afraid to go even into the bank because I know I owe them something, or I only have 10 rand in my account. And we shouldn't be, like I said in the beginning, this is a resource that has been given to us and it's available to a lot of people. So I would say my last comment would be seek whatever help that you need with money. That question maybe that you think is too stupid, it's too irrelevant, it's too small. It's not at all. I would say try and find out as much information as you can about money. Try to grow it. There's a lot of avenues that are available. Like I said, I guess it still goes back into don't be afraid to ask the questions about money. No matter, you know what, the one question could be the trigger that eventually gets you into better knowledge or better understanding about money. I would say that would be to the young ones, to say ask the questions about money. Don't be afraid to explore. Don't be afraid to be within the vicinity where money is. It's okay to be there even if you don't have the money that you wish to have one day. I would say to our young adults especially to start investing. The earlier we do it, the more prepared we are for whatever circumstances that might come. I would say even to the young adults to plan. There's a lot of, in terms of statistics about money in South Africa, whether being the percentage of people that save, whether being the percentage of people that insure their assets, whether being the percentage of people that insure their lives, whether being people writing up their wills, whether it's being people planning their estates, it's very, very low. And I think because we're of the understanding that I only just have a watch, so I don't need to even have a will, which is very wrong. So I would say I know a lot of banks offer the services. If we can, definitely go try and get hold of the services, ask the questions that we need to ask. Let's plan, let's invest, let's ensure, let's ask the right questions pertaining to us specifically. All of these things that we do are not only for the private clients, it's for the ordinary person on the street, where they can be able to use these resources. So I would say my last comment is please go and find out more information about where you are, whether you only just have clothes at this time of your life. Get the information that would be relevant to assist you, because obviously that's not where you're gonna end up. There's still growth that's meant to be had for you. So yeah, those are my last words.
Okay. So Cebile ke lastly ufumaneka phi where people can get a hold of you right now. Maybe there's uNolusindiso pha or okanye Asanda onaye just sent comment yakhe pha ethi this is helpful. So maybe they want actually to be in contact with you actually to so that you can advise them in a more private setup because other people are private. They want to have a one-on-one conversation with you. So how can they get a hold of you? I cannot hear you. Okay. Kucebile kuzawubuya ke right now. Yes, ixesha ke li-right elulujongileyo. It's actually 3 minutes past 3. Phayana ke uAya was supposed to be ebengena ke ngoku bekusupposed uba uyangena ke ngoku for ishow yakhe ethi The Gospel Club, but ke uAya ke akekho available for this week. That's why ngathi mhlawumbi siba nexesha lakhe phaa ke because ke akazubakho namhlanje. Lastly, Cebile, besifuna ukwazi into yobana people who want to contact you privately so that you can advise them, like where can they get a hold of you?
I'm available on Facebook and on Instagram. On Facebook, I am just Cebile. And then on Instagram, I'm Cebi_Magongo. I think we can go on a DM basis. And I can definitely either refer or assist where I am. Yeah, so Facebook or Instagram, you can drop me a private message, and I'm definitely willing to help.
Okay. Thank you so much. This was very informative.
I think when Akiwa, based on Cebile and her inputs for today, I think she will establish a powerful consultancy. You know, I think there's a huge market out there for the middle class for such services. You know, speaking to people about financial matters. Yeah, I think she should look in that. I already see her empire. I'm just saying that. Yeah, she should look at that, giving people such insights because these things are so important. They might seem small, but there's such a big market for advising and consulting based on monetary issues, drawing of wheels, which I think people
Yeah.
would really. And as she said, she was like champagne growing up, very bubbly, so she can actually just use that to her advantage.
If
Amen.
I told you that
Amen.
Mzu is a prophet, I'm just going to call Mzu Prophet Akuse. We have Prophet Kuse in the house. Let us receive the gift, Mazalwane, that comes from God. I told you, eh? So you believe me now.
I do. I do.
I'm not sure about the brother earning less, and I'm not sure. I'm not receiving. I am not taking that. I am not receiving that. I don't want to deal with the insecurities of anyone. So the brother will have to earn the 100K. And I am just establishing things in the spirit because Mzu has a gift. So I need to remove some of the things in the realm of the spirit that he has put on with my name on it. So Mzu, I'm just fixing myself. I had to say that. Thank you so much, Cebile, for your time. I'll definitely hook him, just DM na ecaleni. So if you want to DM Cebile, also do that. She will be able to assist you. Thank you so much for your time. I had so much information for today. I've learned a lot when it comes to money matters, and I'm sure Gege Cebile, as you've said, it's a journey. You can't get it right the first time, so it's a process. It's a journey to learn more about your finances and also learning new ways of investing and other things. And I think Mzu, we have to continue with this thing. Sifundise more also about the cryptocurrencies and other things,
Mm.
ways of making money. Thank you so much, Cebile. This is Word View, Cebile. You must tell them to listen. Tell
Thank
tell
you so
your
much
tell
for
your
having
friends.
me.
Thank you so much.
Bye
Thank you so
bye.
much. Mzu, lastly, ufumaneka phi Mzu wena? Cause ndiyayilibala ndibana aside sibatsho abaphulaphuli bathina basifumana phi xa befuna usi-DM.
Yay. Jonga
Uyayiva?
abaphulaphuli. Mna very simple. Ndiyafumaneka Facebook Mzukisi Mzukhuse. Instagram Mzukisi or Mzukhuse. Nakutwitter Mzukisi Mzukhuse ndiyafumaneka.
Hayi ke uyayiva ke Mzu uyafumaneka if bafuna MC ostrongo Mzu.
MC, dancer, choreographer, advisor, you know. I think maybe now I'm also going into what's this word? I know I'll say it to you next week, but something will be dropping something quite soon on the creative space. So please be on the lookout. Yeah, andifuni uthetha kakhulu ngale. Ndifuna one day people will be surprised that I'll be the one who will be interviewed. Yeah,
Ayi, ayi wena. What
just
view man?
just know. So be on the lookout. Wena ke
Yeah.
sisi ufumane kaphi?
Hayi ndiyafumaneka ke mna ke phaa ke kuFacebook ke ndinguKhisha Khiwa, but ke to be simple bethunana vele uMzu, oh my gosh, sakuthengisa wena. Jonga ndiyafumaneka kuFacebook, Kisha Khiwa. Just type Khiwa and then you will see the glory. Then you will add me. Yayiva. And also ndiyafumaneka phaa on Instagram, I am lady_Khiwa. On Instagram andikho ke kwizitreets zikaTwitter. Ndiyabona ndisazonqena ezaa streets. So ndifumaneka only on Instagram, also on Facebook. Thank you so much for tuning in to Word View today. Thank you so much to all those who are tuning in using your Facebook, who are live with us, and also those who were listening to our YouTube channel, and also those who have downloaded their apps. Cebile, we do have a KNR app, so you can download the app in your phone and listen to us every Sunday from 1 up until 3. It's Keith Ngesi Radio. So nabo ubebemamela on our website on www.kithngiziradio.com. Thank you so much for tuning in. Masipinde sidibane wena Mzu sabe siniphathele a guest from Ghana. Sabe sithetha more
Hey,
about entrepreneurship. Sabe sithetha more about incwadi yakhe ethi Breaking the Limits. So make sure that you do tune in apha ke Word View with myself and Mzu. We only bring you the best, man. Bye, guys. Bye.
bye.
Bye, Mzu. Bye, Mzu.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.